Demonstration in Hong Kong, pro-democracy activist Joshua Wong remanded in custody. Joshua Wong, one of Hong Kong's best-known protests, and two other prominent activists were remanded in custody on Monday after pleading guilty to their role in protests in 2019. The former British colony experienced its most severe political crisis since its handover to Beijing in 1997, with almost daily protests denouncing China's influence over the semi-autonomous region. Despite the scale of this mobilization, marked by parades bringing together more than 1 million people, the Hong Kong executive, which is aligned with Beijing, had made no concessions to the demonstrators on the crucial question of the voting system. And the authorities responded with a vigorous crackdown on the pro-democracy movement. Joshua Wong, 24, is being sued along with two other famous dissidents, Ivan Lam and Agnes Chow, for a protest outside the Hong Kong police headquarters on June 21, 2019, around 10 days after the protest began. "We will continue to fight for freedom, and now is not the time to flatten out in Beijing or surrender," the one who had been the face of the umbrella movement in 2014 told reporters as he arrived in court. Stays behind bars. "We have no regrets," added Mr. Lam, 26. Egg-throwing graffiti, police headquarters and neighborhood police stations had been targeted by demonstrators, in particular demanding an independent investigation into the violence they attributed to the police. Mr. Wong pleaded guilty to inciting and organizing an illegal assembly. Mr. Lam pleaded guilty to incitement, while Agnes Chow, 23, pleaded guilty to incitement and participation in the protest. The three have been remanded in custody pending the announcement of the court's decision on December 2, which means they are almost guaranteed to get jail time. The court sized may not impose sentences exceeding 3 years imprisonment. "Good luck, everyone," Joshua Wong said as he was taken away by law enforcement. Despite his youth, Mr. Wong has already spent time behind bars, he who is already a veteran of the political struggle. He had cut his teeth at 13 in the battle lost against a high-speed line connecting Hong Kong and mainland China. In 2011, he co-founded Scholarism, a small student group that will be at the forefront of the winning battle against the introduction of Chinese patriotism classes. By the age of 15, he went so far as to go on a hunger strike under the windows of the local government. Lam and Chow were also involved in this movement. But it was Mr. Wong's commitment to the umbrella movement in 2014 that really made the world known about his youthful face, his bangs falling on thick black-rimmed glasses and, already, his extraordinary self-assurance in front of cameras. In addition to real universal suffrage, the demonstrators who had occupied central Hong Kong for 79 days demanded an end to China's interference in Hong Kong, a territory supposed to enjoy autonomy until 2047. 6 years later, their fears materialized with the national security law that Beijing imposed on Hong Kong on June 30, waves of arrests, restrictions on freedoms and departures into exile. Mr. Wong, whose candidatures for the local elections of 2019 and the next legislative elections have been invalidated, is currently subject to several legal proceedings. In addition to his involvement in the 2019 movement, he is notably prosecuted for having participated in June in the traditional annual vigil in memory of the repression of Tiananmen in 1989, which had for the first time been banned, officially because of the coronavirus.